I'm going to explain to you a very dangerous thing I saw an advisor do, and I want you to follow along. Now, it's not super complicated, but if you have not heard me discuss Roth conversions or tax planning in any detail, it might be a little difficult at the beginning, but I'm going to make it easy for you. So I promise you don't have to go watch a separate video and come back to this. So someone came to me and said, Ari, I'm going to get killed in taxes later. I go, I know, because I look at your accounts and this is what you're telling me, and you're going to have these future what are called required minimum distributions where you have to take out a lot of money, maybe more than you even need, but you also have Social Security, and maybe there's also a pension, and maybe there's also rental income. So you're going to get hit with a lot of taxes. And they're like, yeah, I know that. That's why I'm coming to you. I go, all good. And then I said, you should probably consider doing some tax planning strategies earlier than later for the brackets change, because tax brackets are about to change. Not like tomorrow, but 2026, they sunset. So I want to make sure we're being strategic this year and next year to get more bang for your buck. You do it earlier, you save more on taxes. They're like, let's do this. I go, let me do a whole, analysis for you real quick. And they're like, okay, fine. I think I know I should do this, but if you really want to, go for it. So I did it. And I said, flip to the last page of this 40-page report. What does it say you should do? They go, it says I should do 0. I go, that's true. I want you to do 0. They're like, but you said I was going to get killed in taxes later. I go, no, I said annihilated. They're like, but you said I should do it sooner than later. I go, you really should. They're like, then why 0? I go, oh, well, you told me your mom's not in good health and you're retiring so early. We have plenty of time to do good tax strategy. Go take that $70,000 cruise ship trip with your mom, have a blast, and we're going to be doing lots of conversions for these remainder years so you don't get killed in taxes. And they were like, oh, so it's not just a financial answer. You got to connect it to real life. And I go, that's the point of planning. And the reason I tell this story, which is a real story, is someone came to an advisor that I was shadowing and said, tell me why I am going to make more money working with you. And if you're not going to show me that, then I don't want to work with you. So this advisor is trying to win the business. They're trying to get a new client, which even if advisors don't say it that way, that's what life is. They're trying to grow the business and the company and more revenue. And I want to grow the business and I want to help more people. But there's an ethical way to do it and then there's a less ethical. And so what they did in this case is they did something like this. So I'm sharing my screen so you guys can see this right now. They went to this client who, here as you can see, they're 54 and 51 and they're wondering, should I get guidance from you? And they showed them, they said, if you work with us, we are going to be able to save you $1.8 million more dollars. Meaning if you're paying us $25,000 a year, you're never going to have to worry about, are we justifying the value? Now, I did not like when they did this. And you're like, why not? This looks pretty good. 1.8 million is a lot of money. I might recommend that they spend more when they have their years of their energy and their health, traveling and really enjoying life to the fullest, maybe retiring even earlier, even if it means doing less Roth conversion. So in my example, you can see here, I might recommend doing them and it's going to add a few $100,000, and they enjoyed their life a whole lot more along the way. Because I've seen advisors go, why don't you work a little longer? Yeah, don't worry about travel and retirement. You could do a little bit of it, but you really don't want to run out of money, right? And they're like, oh, I definitely don't want to run out. And so the advisor is putting fear into them to say, work longer, do more Roth conversions. And now they actually spent less during their life that they otherwise would have really enjoyed. And now they're going to be 85 with $10 million going, why didn't I spend more when I had my energy and my health? And they didn't, because they didn't feel confident to do so. So the point of working with an advisor and why I do these stories is, yeah, you want to make sure there's value. And sometimes I come to a client and I show them something like this, where someone comes to me and they go, Ari, I already did the conversions. You know, they say it with a little attitude. I'm like, great. I wish you did nothing at all. And they're like, why? I go, well, you actually did so many conversions and you tried to do so much from a video you saw that you're going to have 5 million fewer dollars. And I wish you would have done nothing and instead actually brought less income, but did it part-time at a job that's less stressful, that you enjoyed more. And they're like, oh, I didn't consider that alternative. So there are certain things that an advisor should give you guidance on, whether it's tax planning or withdrawal strategy or healthcare. And that's, in my opinion, the reason to hire an advisor. Hey everyone, I'm down here in the corner. You can see me waving my hand. I want to interrupt this briefly just to make sure you're all aware of the Early Retirement Academy. I am the odd advisor that says everyone doesn't need an advisor. It just depends on what stage of life you're in and what experience you're looking for. So this is a good option for those of you that go, yeah, I want to work with an advisor. I don't quite have $2 million yet, but I still need some help. So you can get access to the same software, the same tools, everything I use in my videos, and you do get me as your guide along the way. So for a lot of you, this is more than suitable. For some of you, you go, no, I'm looking for that next level of guidance. Well, traditionally that makes sense when people have $2 million plus working with us. So a lot of you I know will have that. You just don't have it quite yet. And that's what this option is designed for. So check it out in the description if this is of any interest.